Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. I'm Dr. Ghazala Nawaz, Assistant Professor, Department of Botanical and Environmental Sciences, KUST. We are going to discuss about the technical description of family Leguminosae and its subfamilies Papilionaceae, Caesalpinaceae, and Mimosiaceae. And this chapter belongs to the course Plant Systematics, and this is the 10th lecture we are going to discuss today. We will move towards the outlines that will be discussed today here, and that are Papilionaceae, Caesalpinaceae, Mimosiaceae. These are the three subfamilies of the family Leguminosae. We will discuss their habit, root, about its stem, leaves, inflorescence, flower, floral formula, and floral diagram. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the Leguminosae or Fabaceae. Leguminosae is also called the legume family. It is also called pea family. It is also called protein family. It is also called nitrogen fixing family. These are different names which are given to this family because of having its different functions. So we will discuss its distribution and habit. And Fabaceae is also called the Leguminosae family, as we discussed. This family belongs to the order Fabales of the classification, and this is the third largest family of the angiosperms. And the first largest family is the Astraceae, and the second largest family is the Orchidaceae. And Leguminosae is the third largest family, consisting of 750 genera and 20,000 species, which include trees, shrubs, vines, and herbs, and which are worldwide in distribution. Most of the famous plants are soybean, that is Glycine mexicana, and Pisum sativum, Arachis hypogaea, the peanuts, and Medicago. And these are tropical and temperate and their distribution. We are discussing about the root. So root is basically the tape root. If you recall the definition, tape root is the true root, and they bear nodules, which are specialized structure for fixation of nitrogen, because nitrogen fixing bacteria are residing there, and they help in fixation of nitrogen. So they are basically fibrous tape root. The next topic is the stem of the leguminous plant, that how it is herbaceous or woody, and cylindrical and tendril climber. You have already studied about the tendril climber stem, if you recall, in your previous classes. And tendril climbers are actually when the stem gets modified into tendrils, and they are used for getting support or climbing over support. The leaves are petiolate. It means they have petiole. They are alternate in position, and usually they have compound leaves. Compound leaves are all the pinnate leaves. The pinnate leaves may be odd or even, and sometimes the leaves modified into tendrils, especially the stipules. They modify into tendrils. Stipules are sometimes modified into leaves, thorns, and their venation is parallel. Inflorescence is racemose, cymose, or these cymose flowers. Sometimes they are clustered in the form of head. If you recall the head of the yellow flower of the kicker, that is head. Flower is pedicellate, bracteate, actinomorphic or zygomorphic in axis, It is regular and complete, hermaphrodite, pentamerous, hypogynous, and slightly perigynous. The root is modified. The root is actually the fibrous tape root. You can see the nodules are visible in this image. These are the leaves, the oat pinnate leaf, and the oat pinnate and the even pinnate. If you count these leaflets or pinnae, they are even in number and they are odd in number. This is racemose inflorescence. This is cymose head, and this represent the legume or pea, and these are different pulses or seeds. Next, we are going to discuss in detail about different parts of the flower. So technically, the sepal is also called as calyx, and they are 5 in number. They may be free or fused. They are green in color, and at the base they become swollen, and that is called the hypothedium. Corolla or the petals, they are maybe 5 or sometimes they may be 4 in number, free or united. Stamens are 10 or numerous. They may be 10 or multiple of 10. They may be 5 or multiple of 5. Polyandrous means they all are free, or in some case they are diadelphous, means they are in 2 groups. The anthers are basifix, which means that the anthers are fixed to the stamens at the base. Carpels are monocarpellary, that is single ovary, and it is superior in position, and the placentation is marginal, which means that from any margin of the ovary the ovule starts arising. Fruit is legume or sometimes lomentum. The difference between legume or lomentum is more constricted than legume. The seed is non-endospermic seed, which means that endosperm is not serving as a food inside the seed for embryo. This is the image which is making clear many of the previous terminologies. For example, the pod or legume, this is the fruit, this is the ovary, and this is the placentation, that is marginal placentation. This is single ovary. We studied that the ovary is single, so this is a placentation. This represents the floral formula, and floral formula, if you recall different characteristics, floral formula is the summary of the all characteristics of the flower, and this sign is, you all know, used for the zygomorphic condition, and this means bisexual, calyx, 5, fused, corolla, and tree form and three types. One is single free, 2 and pair form which are free, and 2 are fused. This can be more easily understood by this diagram, and we will discuss it here too. Androecium, which means diadelphous, 9 fused, 1 is free, or total number is 10, or sometimes they are fused. Gynoecium is hypogynous, which means that ovary is superior, all other parts are ovary is inferior, or other parts are superior. This represents bracket. Here, this is the sign of the bracket. Zygomorphic, bisexual, calyx 5 fused, corolla 1 plus 2 fused. Androecium, diadelphous, 9 fused, 1 free. Gynoecium, ovary is inferior, all other parts are superior. And this is the diagram, which is the very clear depiction of this floral formula. Now, how calyx 5 fused? This is the first word, is the calyx, which is fused. You see, they are all fused, joint. end-to-end join. This represent the bracket. Bracket is the leaf that at the axil of which a flower arises. This represents the sign of mother axis. Corolla, 1 plus 2 plus 2. These two are fused. These two and this one is free. You can see this is the single one. 1, 2, and these two. These two are fused. And androecium, 9 plus 1. These are 9 fused, and this is 1 free. This represents the gynoecium and the marginal presentation and single ovary. Next, going towards the different subfamilies of Leguminosae. On the basis of their floral characters, Leguminosae is divided into 3 subfamilies. That means that the floral characters are so different in different flowers. So the family has been divided into 3 subfamilies further. The first one is the Papilionaceae, the second one is Caesalpinaceae, and the third one is Mimosiaceae. Papilionaceae is having 400 genera, 9,000 species, and their flowers are zygomorphic. Calyx are gamosepalous, imbricate. Corolla is papilionaceous. The characteristics we discussed in the last Fabaceae family, that is also called papilionaceous corolla, and stamens are 10 in number. They are diadelphous or monoadelphous. Lathyrus, odorous, or Arachis hypogaea are famous examples. Caesalpinaceae is having 150 genera and 2300 species. Flowers are irregular, calyx free or united, corolla free, imbricate. Stamens are 10 or few free, Tamarindus indica, and Acacia fistula are 2 examples. Mimosiaceae is having 56 genera and 2800 species. Flowers are actinomorphic, sepals and petals are valvate, free or united. Stamens 4 to many, Albizia labic and Mimosa pudica, that is touch me not. So these are the differentiating characters of the 3 families, which represents that Papilionaceae is the largest of these 3, and we are going to discuss this Papilionaceae family in detail. Papilionaceae is among the 3 subfamilies of the family Fabaceae, and this is the most largest of all 3 families, and it is economically very important because it includes a lot of pulses and forages. Papilionaceae family members are mostly trees, shrubs, or herbs, and they occur all over the world, particularly in warm and temperate regions. The stem is herbaceous, or it may be woody or climber with tendrils. Tendrils are wiry, coiled, or thread-like structures. The leaves have compound structure, that is pinnately compound, and they may be alternate and stipulate, that is stipule is present, and stipules are mostly leafy. Sometimes these leaves are partially or completely modified into tendrils. Inflorescence may be racemose or solitary axillary. The flower have bisexual, zygomorphic, bracteate, pedicellate, perigynous, pentamerous, and papilionaceous structure. So papilionaceous structure is the structure that we are going to discuss in detail next. Corolla, calyx are 5 in number, and they are mostly united to form a tube. These are hairy in structure. Corolla have papilionaceous corolla, and in this case there are 5 clawed petals, and these petals are not similar to each other. That is, the one or the single corolla or petal is called the standard or vexillum. It is the uppermost posterior petal. It is large and conspicuous. The next two petals are wings. These are two lateral free petals, and the third one are the keel or carina. These are two interior most petals. They fuse to form a boat-shaped structure. You can see all the discussed papilionaceous flower in here. This is the calyx that form a tube, and you can see over here these are the two wings. This is the keel. They form a boat-shaped structure, and these are the two wings. This and this. These are the two wings, and these are the two keel, and this one is the vexillum. So this is the papilionaceous type of the flower. Androecium, you can see they have 10 mostly diadelphous. Diadelphous means these 9 are in group and this single one is free. The 9 stamens fuse to form a sheath around the pistil, and the posterior stamen is free. Gynoecium is simple pistil. This pistil has a single carpel, that is monocarpellary, with single locule. The ovary is superior. The style is long, bent at its base. The placentation is marginal. We have discussed most of these characters and while we were discussing the characteristics of the Fabaceae. Fruit is legume or pod, and pollination is entomophilous, which means the pollination takes place through insects. This is the picture that, or the image that showing the characteristics of the family Papilionaceae, which means that it is zygomorphic, bisexual, calyx 5 fused, corolla is papilionaceous, that is single vexillum, 2 wings, and the two keel or carina. Androecium 10, 9 fused, 1 is free, and gynoecium is superior and all other parts are inferior. Floral diagram is actually the description of the floral formula, and if you see the corolla, the calyx are 5 fused, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are end-to-end fused. This is the vexillum, corolla. These are the 2 wings, and these are the keel. These 2 are fused. This is called papilionaceous corolla. And Androecium are 5 are total 10 in number. 9 are in group and 1 is free posterior. This is the single monocarpellary superior ovary, and this is the placentation. This represents placentation, ovary and pod. To make this lecture, I consulted certain books and certain links, and books, links, and certain journals. So I have given here all those in the references. You can consult these books, and also you can consult these certain links. You can take help from here, and if you have any problem, please don't hesitate and keep contact and ask me, and thank you so much.